Lawrence mentioned that, it feels like this team is very aligned, like, the father time only gives you so many cracks at it, and you guys have to take advantage when you can. How aligned do you guys kind of feel like, I don't know if you guys had a chance to, at minicamp or anything like that, but how aligned do you kind of feel like this team is heading into what, is a lot, veteran years for some of you guys?
I mean, I think a lot of us have talked. We've gotten a gym together. Obviously, the league's a lot different now than back in the day where, you got about 4 or 5 practices before the first training camp. But the one thing about having a lot of vets that we have is, there's not a lot of talking that has to be done, right? Like, we got to get together, see what it looks like on the court. But everybody knows, sort of what you have to do. But you got to really build those relationships with the time.
Chris, Ramona Shelby, ESPN.
Yep.
You've been through so many things in your NBA career, like whether it be scandals or the thing that happened when you got here with Donald Sterling, right? In San Antonio last year, I'm sure that was a lot up and down with Pop and his health and everything. How do you ever think to yourself like, man, I have really been through a lot in my 20 years in the league? I mean, you founded the bubble. Think about all of that.
What's crazy is a lot of it I somewhat forget or don't think about till somebody mentions it, to tell you the truth. And I think, fortunately, that's because, for the most part, I got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? As far as family, kids, wife, all that stuff going on. But definitely seen a lot and experienced a lot. So, it's been interesting.
Do any of these guys ask you about it? Like, I mean, I could pick 5 things I could ask you about, like these things that you've been in the middle of.
At times, sometimes people ask me about it, but I tell you, being in the seat that I was in on a lot of them, whether it be one of the star players or president of the union, my hat has always been different. So I've had a different view, different lens. But usually somebody asks me about it. I usually tell them. But sometimes people ask, but I forget. I forget that when I went to Houston, our owner changed in too. Yeah, so a lot of stuff didn't happen.
I guess my last thing for you is when you came here the first time, there was a whole trade, right? That was to the Lakers, and then it was undone, and then just you got to the Clippers. This one was a little less chaotic. Did you feel a little full circle coming back here toward the end after all that?
Definitely. I was in the locker room talking with Brad about how this is, I think, year 14 for him. And I've known Brad since he was in high school, so hearing 14 for him is crazy. It's just time slows down for no one, and I think that's why you just got to cherish the moments and take full advantage of it.
Hey, Chris. Lauren Rosen with
Yep.
Vandal. We saw you get a little emotional and choked up when you came back for your intro press conference. I'm curious if it's really set in for you that jersey is back on your body, and if not, when do you think it might truly set in?
I don't know. It was a lot, obviously, when the press conference happened, because all the conversations and all the things to end up here, and like I said, to have my family there, my kids there, and now I was in the gym all weekend watching my kids play. And I hadn't watched them play in the last 6 years. So it's all sort of probably going to be taking place. But now I'm excited about getting to work, and that's why I said, with media day to day, that means we start tomorrow.
And Chris, Lomer with The Athletic, good to see you again.
You too.
You talking about being in the gym, like you've been in the gym, like you've been working, like we've gotten to see some of that. You played all 80, you started all 82 last year. But as someone with your experience level and your life experience level, like, how are you approaching training camp? Like, training camp, guys don't even want to be in training camp. Sometimes they just wait till the middle of the season when they need it. Like, how are you at this stage of your life and career approaching, like, not just participating, but, trying to show these coaches that you're ready to play day one?
I ain't never thought like that. Just to tell you the truth, it's always been about hooping and the fun of it and the connectivity and being on a team. I think if I wanted to do something individual, I would have went and tried to play golf or tennis. That's the thing about being on a team, is like understanding that you alone aren't enough, right? And so with our team, Like I said, everyone always asks, what am I teaching these guys? But when I get in the gym with Trenton Flowers, Jay Mill, all these guys, I'm constantly learning from them too. So, and there's a competition aspect, right? You step onto the court at 35, 40 years old, and the youngins are always like, oh, we got him. You know what I mean? So it's the competition aspect of it, and it's a game. It's basketball. So I've been playing that since I was 4 or 5 years old, and I love it.
Hi, Chris. Justin Russo writes. Since that press conference that you gave, you've been out and about doing several things. You went to Angel City with your daughter to celebrate her birthday, went to the Sparks game with your family. Kind of being back home, not having to go anywhere when the season starts, what does that mean to you?
You have no idea. Seriously, I mean, shoot. My son had a game at 10 Saturday morning. My daughter had 2 games in Ladera Ranch. So driving, just getting that time is everything. I mean, this time, the past 6 years, I've been gone. You know what I mean? And I know other people go through it and stuff like that, but it's been really cool to be able to see them, you know what I mean, to see them. And that makes all this even better. You know what I mean? All the basketball and all that stuff. So just being back, went to a Dodger game with my wife, you know, just getting a chance to do life a little bit, not just basketball, I think helps.
And you mentioned you were the president of the union at one point. The WNBA is going through pretty big CBA negotiations. Kind of what advice, when you were president of the union, would you give to them as they look to get what they believe is their fair share?
Man, to them is to talk as a collective as much as possible, right? Talking about the ladies, the women, all of them, you know, talk as much as possible and over communicate in this situation.
Hey Chris, Beth Harris, AP. You've
Yes.
been through a million different all-star formats and over the years. I'm just kind of wondering what you think about what's coming up here in February with this U.S. versus world format.
Man, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know what it is. I've been so disconnected. You know what I mean? Seriously, I don't know what the format is for this year.
Yeah, that's basically, they want to pit U.S. versus like the foreign stars of the league.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm very detail oriented, so I don't even know enough to chime in on. I don't know how you pick that or whatnot. So.
And let me try one more on you then. We all know how sports gambling is, the rise of that in this country has been tremendous.
Right.
And I'm wondering, especially with prop bets, I'm wondering if you as a player have had any negative experiences with fans getting on you that maybe, hey, I bet on you to do X, Y, Z, and I wonder what you think of those type of bets maybe for sports in general.
Well, I mean, that goes crazy, to tell you the truth. If you look at every player in any league will tell you, after the game, your social media is flooded with people saying that you sold or you did this or did that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's tough. I'm telling you, flooded after the game. Somebody telling you you needed one more assist or you needed one more steal or whatnot. But you control what you can control, and that's going out and hooping and playing. I'm sure the betting and the gambling is not going anywhere, but as a player, my advice is to play the game. Hoop, like hoop, do whatever, like play the game and let that take care of itself.
One more, Janice.
Chris, Janice Carr, Village County.
Yes, ma'am.
Southern California News Group. What did Brad's gesture regarding the roster, the jersey number mean to you, and what number would you have worn if he didn't?
Oh man, I know what you was talking about. You said gesture. I was trying to say, what did he do? Man, it meant a lot. You know what I mean? And you say what number would I have worn? If only y'all knew how much money I didn't pay throughout my career to have number 3. You know what I mean? The stuff that guys have asked me to pay or whatnot, it's crazy. So I don't know. At one point I was probably gonna do 12 because it added up to 3. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what number I would have worn. Thankfully we don't have to think about it. But one day we'll talk about that. the insane amount of money that guys didn't ask me for to have number 3. And just know that that number ain't never been worth it that much for me. You know what I mean? It's a cool number to have, but it ain't worth the asking price some of them boys is asking for.
Did Brad charge you?
Huh?
Did Brad ask anything?
No, he probably just tried to get it back in the card game. But that says a lot about Brad, seriously. You know what I mean? And I didn't know Brad for a long time. Like I said, I can't name another guy in the NBA, honestly, who is as involved as I am in grassroots AAU basketball. You know what I mean? And that's really where we've been connected for the last few years. His team actually beat mine this past year, and they won the Peach Jam championship. But I'm excited because a lot of times you know guys, but you don't really get a chance to know them until you're teammates. And so I'm excited to be teammates with Brad this year.